What's
What's
up,
up,
man?
brother Mike? How you doing?
Take two.
Take two, take
So
two.
funny. Okay, so this is gonna be our first episode, which is great, right?
Yes.
And our first topic will be about instant gratification and delayed gratification. So, as far as like a new entrepreneur, right, trying to get in the game,
Uh-huh.
right, and you have been successful in the business, the world, and has built organizations, right, have spoken to 10,000 in the arena conference. So, what would you tell a new entrepreneur as far as them fighting through the mindset of I want it now, but I want it later, but I don't know how to handle this emotion.
Right, right. So instant gratification and delayed gratification, and what does really mean if you are building a business or pursuing something or having a goal, right? So first off, for a person that's want to pursue something,
Mm-hmm.
right, and they have to delay their gratification, right? But the thing is, for the people that not pursuing something, or they kind of just want to pursue something, right, and they want to delay gratification, and then sometimes it hurts themselves because they're not putting the work. So having a work
Got it.
with delay gratification hurts
Mm.
people instead of help people,
Got it, got it.
right?
So what you, um, just to clarify, is you can have a goal and you can delay gratification, but if you're not working towards it, you're hurting yourself.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. So most of the people, that's gonna be their excuse. It becomes an excuse for them. It's like, oh, it's been a while since I watched movie, I watched Netflix, or eat out, something like that, right? And then if you're not putting a work on your goal, you're not really delaying gratification,
Got it.
because you're not putting the work.
So you're just hoping, but you're not working.
Yeah,
That's right.
and it's not gonna be good for them
Yes.
long term.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So figure out the goal,
Got it.
right? And then put in the work, right?
Okay.
Make sure that you have that burning desire to hit your goal,
Yep.
right? And then break it down day by day, week by week, month by month,
Okay.
and then put that goal to the test, right?
Okay.
And then there's gonna be a lot of distractions, a lot of um, it can be relationship, it can be pets, it can be Netflix, social media, it can be eating out,
Yep.
and those kind of stuff, something that you want to delay for you to get your goal. Everyone is different anyways on how they um, like attack their goal. So do they want to be strict, do they want to be a bit more disciplined and stuff like that, or they just want to be like go with the flow? It's really up to them. But the thing is, for you to really be faster to your goal, then put the distraction on the side,
Yeah.
and then just hit that work habit, right?
Got it. So what would you tell someone that is a personality, because there's 4 types of personality, right? So like a perfectionist, for example. So they want everything perfect, and they're doing it, and then they fail,
Yeah.
right? Or they get distracted. How do you? What would you tell someone that has a perfectionist tendency,
Yeah.
and then are not hitting their goal, but they're saying that they're doing everything that they can?
That is a really great question. First off, you have to look back on your on your sheet, right? On your checklist.
Nope.
How's your checklist? Are you checking your checklist? The day-to-day thing, are you hitting that goal, right? Because we can say it can be an excuse that we're doing our best, right? But the thing is, hey, show me your checklist, show me
Yes.
your show me your list, right? Are you really doing your best?
Yep.
Right? show me your day-to-day, show me your calendar,
Yep.
right? And that's about it.
Okay.
People can be very, like I said, very strict about it, or
Yeah.
be very open about it,
Yep.
but it's really up to them,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yeah,
You were telling me earlier about in the three factors that you need to succeed, which is dream, work habit, and attitude.
right.
Right. So, do you think, because a lot of, especially perfectionist tendencies, right? They do have the work habit on the high level.
Right.
They do have their dream on the high level.
Right.
But if their attitude sucks, do you think it affects the results?
In my opinion, 100%, because I don't think, I mean, gosh, man, success is a long game.
Yep.
You know, they say that, being patient is not about waiting and sitting down and watching Netflix for you to hit your goal.
Right.
It's about hitting or doing the work habit every single day with having a great attitude.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? So if you don't have a good attitude, I don't think people will last anyways, because it's frustrating.
That's right.
It's a headache.
Yep.
It's not good times all the times. Actually, it's bad times all the time.
That's
But the
correct.
thing is, it's how you would handle the bad times and keep moving forward, right?
Right.
Like what Rocky says,
Yeah.
right? It's not how hard you get hit.
Yeah.
It's how hard. It's not how hard you hit. It's how hard you get hit and keep moving forward, right?
That's
So
correct.
that's what it is. So attitude is a really put a big play in being successful.
That's
Not just in entrepreneurship mindset,
Yep.
but anything that you want to attain. Gosh, man, just being in school, being
That's
in
right.
a job,
That's right. Marriage.
in relationship.
Yep.
You know what I
That's
mean? Doing anything.
That's
So
right.
attitude is, in my opinion, is a big play.
Yeah.
Building something.
That's right. And I agree with you, because in marriage, you can be, you can give your wives gifts,
Right?
right? And then come home and do everything right. But if you do it in a bad attitude,
Yes.
it's not gonna work.
Right.
Say tonality is everything,
tonality.
right? I love you, or like I love you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, honey, honey.
Yeah, that's correct, right?
Yes.
It's all about, I think it's the heart.
Yeah.
The motivation of your heart is your motive,
Yes.
right? So, and I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs think. It's just like grind, and I know I see this with some people, in the entrepreneur world, grind, and then next thing you know, they're just gone.
Correct. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Mike. Grind, but at the same time, are you productive grinding?
Right. Yeah. That's right.
Right? Are you productive grinding, or are you just moving grinding? Right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So there's a big difference
Yeah.
on that.
And even though I think you can be productive grinding, but if your attitude
Correct.
sucks,
Yeah.
right? Because in any business, you're gonna make some calls.
Yeah.
Right.
A
lot, right? But if you're doing the calls in a bad attitude,
yes,
it's not gonna work.
it's not gonna work.
No way, right?
No, it's not gonna work.
People can feel it,
Right.
right? Especially in a business, it's all about leadership,
Right.
right? So, and if your attitude sucks, no one's gonna follow.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with you. I mean, you are in the real estate industry,
Yep.
Building teams as well.
That's right.
For sure you've done a lot of phone calls.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I mean,
That's right.
what's your attitude on that? What's your mindset on that before you pick up the phone?
That's right. What I do is I'm standing up whenever I'm making a call.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Walking.
And then walking, and then also smiling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What they don't see is what makes a difference.
Okay.
And then my mindset of like they're my friend. Right. So whenever I'm like someone's calling my office and I pick up the phone, I'm like, hey Mike, you got a call? Okay, patch it through. And I'll be like, this is Michael. Right. And then they'll be like, hey Michael, this is Sam, for example.
Right.
I'll be like, what's up, Sam? How you doing?
Yeah.
Right? The tonality, right? Instead of like, yo, what's up, Sam? What's going on?
But have you ever had like an experience like it's like, okay, you know, 5 calls,
Mm-hmm.
5 calls, the person that you're talking to are just like,
Dead
you know, dead
or
or they're
mean.
mean.
Yeah.
Is there like a number that you just like your attitude just like went down or go down and stuff like that? Yeah.
That's a good question. What I do is I forgive right away, and I have a short-term memory.
Do you throw the phone?
Yeah,
I forgive you.
yeah. I actually would, if it's a bad call, it's a bad call.
Yeah.
I would, when I pick up or when I do when I make another call, I would actually let go. Let's just say, for example, my wife and I just had an argument.
Yeah.
I mean, that would affect anyone, right?
Yeah.
A call with someone that you're not related to doesn't matter,
Doesn't matter.
right?
Yeah.
But if your wife or your husband or your kid, you just had a problem,
Yeah.
that's harder,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. You always think about it.
Yes, it's deeper.
Yeah.
It's rooted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the hardest part to dig. So what I do is I imagine that they are not responsible for what happened, what's happening, and they need my help. And I need to just help them and then forget about my problem for that. So I think that's what a lot of people, I think why attitude and entrepreneurship too is messed up when they're going out prospecting or they're going out making calls. Client acquisition is part of the business, right?
Right.
I think it's because their home life is kind of wrecked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one. What do you think is wrong with this people who's just starting the business? You know,
My thought.
what's their mistake? What do you think?
This is my perspective.
That's why they quit. Like they quit. You know,
Right away.
right away.
Right away. I'd love to get your take on that too. From my perspective, it's really one word: selfishness. That's it.
Yeah.
They're in it for themselves,
Yeah.
and they forget entrepreneurship is about serving,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's about the other person.
They want that get rich quick.
That's correct. It's all about them, right? They want to sell,
Yeah.
make the money, and people can feel it, right?
Yeah.
And then if it's not going their way, they're quit. They'll find another thing,
Yeah.
right? So they're very selfish. They forget it's all about service. And like what, who was that guy that we love listening to? Not Dale Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie.
He said, if you help people get what they want, you'll get what you want. That's right. So once they stop being selfish and being in service,
Yeah.
then it would be a different flow. I think that's my take. But what's your take?
I will ditto that.
That's good.
You know, my gosh, man, I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know, their expectation
Yes.
doesn't match their work habit.
Yeah, to go on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're expecting so much about maybe profit,
Yes.
the money that they want to make, but
That's
the thing
right.
is they're not putting the level of work that it needs,
Yep.
you know, for them to make the profit they want,
correct.
right?
Yep.
Or they don't have the patience enough and then the attitude enough to really take it in the long haul.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You know, for them to be build themselves
Yep.
to really make the money that they want to make. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
Because most of the people, they want to make the money that they want to make,
Mhm.
but the thing is they can't even handle the attitude, the mindset,
That's right.
and the money.
That's right.
You know, for that level.
That's right.
You know, in my opinion, that's why character is important as well. You know, building character.
Right.
You know, reading a book.
Yes.
Failing.
Yes.
Right. How are you going to handle failure?
Correct.
You know, and keep moving forward.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And those are the lessons.
Yeah.
That we get
Mhm.
for us to be humble
Yeah.
once we have the money, or maybe to remind, it's like a reminder for us that it's like making this amount of money is hard.
Correct.
So we need to protect it. We
Yeah,
need to
right.
cherish it. We need to value it.
Yes.
And then the time as well.
Yes.
So that's my opinion.
Yeah.
So people are just not patient enough
Yeah.
to develop themselves, to handle the blessings that they need,
Yeah.
that they want.
I agree 100% because a lot of people, this is funny, right? In social media and in the business world, we're all about looking for strategies,
Yeah,
right? What's the next strategy? What can we do? How can we get more people? How can we get more clients, right? How do we build a team? Because in business you have to have a team,
yeah,
right? So in real estate, if you wanna be huge, you want to build a referral base,
base, yeah,
right? And what people don't understand, and like what you said, is character, because they're looking for strategies, but they're not looking for personal development,
correct,
right?
correct,
Because strategies you can execute, but you won't last without the personal development,
yes, yes,
right?
you're right,
And so it's same thing with fitness.
yeah,
Like some people will be like, yeah, I hit my goal, and all of a sudden I just went downhill,
right,
right? People do that in bodybuilding. They would compete,
yes,
they look great on stage, and then the next thing you know, they're like downhill spiral,
right,
right? Because they didn't create the mindset of why really they're doing it,
right,
right? So it's like you on the fitness run, right?
yes, yes,
And you've been doing that, and then
yes,
what was your mindset that you're still going, even though now you're getting results, and now you plateaued and you're still going. So
yeah.
what was your mindset on that one?
So I have to look on my patterns, right? My past,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what are my mistake? What's my takeaways? What did I learn from my past six-pack abs, right? My past diet and stuff like
Yes.
that. So what can I improve on that?
Nice.
That's why people go back on whatever that they hit,
Mm-hmm.
just because of their conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then their behavior and then their patterns, is they're not checking on that, so the only thing that we need to do is reflect on that, right? Have a solitude, write it down, write the
Yeah.
goal, have a solitude, reflect, right? And then recondition our mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what's gonna be my changes,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because the only way for you to be better is for
Mhm.
you to change,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if you're not getting better, you're getting
Worse. That's
worse,
right.
right? So the only way is to change,
Mm-hmm.
every single day,
Yep.
right? And be better every single day, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is, right? So it can be, because everyone has a different goal, everyone
Mm-hmm.
they spend their time differently, they spend their money
Right.
differently. So at least this is going to be my
Yep.
experience,
Yep.
so yeah, so that's what I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you encounter like a cycle, like, oh, this happens again,
Yep. That's right. That's right.
and
Yep.
then this happens again, this
Mhm.
happens again. So because we are choosing the same decision.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
We're choosing the same decision.
Yep.
If we just choose the different decision,
Mm-hmm.
then it's gonna be a different result.
That's right. That's right.
So
So
yeah,
how did you choose that decision? Because a lot of people would make decisions,
right,
but maintaining that decision is
right,
a different mindset, right?
right,
It's a different story that you have to put in your head.
yeah,
I call it, it's a different verse,
right,
right? So the Bible has verses,
yeah, yeah,
right? And it's funny because I was thinking about this, and I'm like, the movies nowadays, they're talking about multiverse,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Different
yeah,
multiverse, right?
yeah,
So, I think it's true in a sense. We do live in a multiverse,
yeah,
but not what they think it is. I think what we're living is we have one universe, is your universe, right? Multiverse is our multiple verses that we tell ourselves. So if my verse in my head is like people suck, people are mean,
yeah,
people are in it for themselves, and they're out to get me.
yeah,
That is the version,
the version,
right? So when I have that in my world, and I'm living in that world, people will
yeah,
respond that way,
yeah,
right? So for you're saying you figure out your pattern,
yes,
which is your old
yes,
version,
yes,
right? So how were you able to change the verse and the story? What story did you tell yourself to change your world?
Yes, yes. So first off, you need someone. You
The
need
who?
you need help
Yeah.
on that. You need coaching, mentorship on that, because I don't think that you can just like be your own critic.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we all of us, we have our how do you call that, our weak spot,
Uh-huh.
that we don't know,
Yep.
or maybe we know but
Yep.
we're not paying attention to
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
right? And we need someone to tell that, someone that we trust, someone that we love, someone that will tell you the truth, right? Instead of what tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, right? So those kind of stuff, and make sure that you're going to the right track. It's not going to be 100% perfect. I don't think there's perfect life or perfect mentorship or
Yep.
perfect coaching. The end goal is just for you to be better, and learn from it.
Gotcha.
Right? That's what it is.
Nice.
Um,
Thank you for that. My version in my head, or my story, and I've always had this since I was a kid. My thing is, I always want to be fit because I always want my wife to think like he got it, and that's just me, right? That's not for everybody, right? Some people like, I just want to be healthy, or but and that's for me. It's like when I used to compete bodybuilding, my version in my head, my verse, my story is I don't want to get my ass kicked, right? Fear was my motivation, right? Getting second place is the first loser, right? So that was my version. That's why I would make sure my diet's on check. I would risk my ass to take whatever supplements I have to take, which is not healthy, right? And just to win, right? So now to be healthy, and consistently now, you go every single day. You go more than I do, right? So what is your story that you tell yourself?
That is a really great question, Mike. There's a book that really impacted me. I'll tell you later. No, because no. So it's called Slight Edge.
Okay, nice. A good book. Yes.
It's a really really great book that by Jeff Olson,
Nice.
and I read that book, and it really impacted me, and because that book is telling you the slightest thing for you to get ahead in the game, right? By just like having 30 minutes walk, like having just 10 pages of reading every single day, and those kind of stuff, right? For me, it's my I put that religiously. I do those stuff like religiously. It's not that what I can get from it, but what it protects me from the outside world, right? From social media, from this stuff, from negativity.
Got it.
You know what I mean? I do those kind of stuff not just for what I can get, but what will protect me is just my armor.
Wow.
Every single day.
Nice. Nice.
Because if we're not taking vitamins every single day, boom, virus, stuff like that.
That's right.
So same exact thing.
Yep.
Right. So at least on my mindset, it's my protection.
Correct.
It's not just because of me to look good, to look smarter, but that's the byproduct of it.
Yes, that's correct.
Because if you work out, eventually you lose weight, or right, you look good. If you have diet, boom, you look good, and stuff like that. You read a book, you become smarter. But the thing is, for me, there's it's a byproduct.
That's right.
But the most important thing, so I switch my brain on that, that it protects me, because most of the people's like, oh, okay, I want to be smart, I want to look good and stuff like that. But the thing is, it's a selfish. In my own opinion, it's easy to create an excuse,
right.
on that, if you think about it, at least for me.
Yeah.
But if I say this is my protection, You know, it's like if there's a zombie out
Yeah.
there, you know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
And I want to get
Yes,
protected
right.
every single day,
Yes.
right? I
Yeah.
want to make sure that there's a barbed wire. I
Yeah.
have my gun with
That's
me.
right. Yep.
It's loaded
That's right.
every single day.
That's correct.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Maybe you miss one day,
Mhm.
you know,
But not 2 days.
but not 2 days, because they say
correct.
that if you miss one day, it's a miss.
Uh-huh.
You miss 2 days, it's a beginning of a new habit.
Ooh.
So
Oh, that's deep. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm trying not to miss 2 days.
2 days.
I'm not perfect,
Yep.
but I'm just gonna go with it.
That's correct.
So
That's a good one, because really, in reality, multivitamins is to protect you from free radicals.
yeah, yeah,
Right? Also feed your cells.
Yeah.
Right? So good nutrition,
Yeah.
good supplementation is very important.
yeah.
People don't understand that,
Yes.
right? So that's good. So as far as finances, though, what are your thoughts what are your tips for new entrepreneurs? Because a lot of them never really, including myself before, until you helped me out. A lot of entrepreneurs really don't understand money management,
Right.
because they did not teach that in school.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, what is your advice for new entrepreneurs?
I can go a lot of ways in this, Mike. But first off, make sure that if they're new on entering, entrepreneurship, right? Make sure that they have the fund to last.
Okay,
You know,
got you.
they have the fund to last
That's right.
6 months, 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because most of the people, even though they say it's like, oh, it's cheap,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, actually, that's the bad thing about, most people are entering in a cheap, business.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for them to get out.
Yeah.
That's why they're not putting a lot of work.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't treat it like $1 million business.
Yeah. That's
You
right.
know. So, in my opinion, whether it's cheap or not, if you treat it as $1 million business, then you'll put $1 million work habit.
That's right.
And you'll get $1 million result, right? But most people, they're not treating that way. They're not ready. Actually, finances is not the issue. Is the mindset.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
issue.
Exactly. Yep.
You know what I mean? Because most of the people, they have an excuse that's like, oh, I can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like, how can I afford it?
That's right. That's right.
And that's what it is. It's like solution seeking
Mm-hmm.
about it. So those kind of stuff.
Nice.
And then they need to start. Calculated risk.
Yep.
Most of the people are afraid of calculated risk.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to put money on something that they will consume anyways.
Yeah.
Right?
That's correct.
I
Yeah.
was like, dude, something that you will consume is like, how would you not do that?
Yeah.
Like, for example, like a vitamins
Yes.
or a nice water.
That's correct.
Something like that.
That's right.
That will
Snacks,
give you profit over time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they don't want to invest on that.
Yeah.
Right? For you, I'm dressing sharp, and and stuff like that. Nice shoes. It's an investment.
That's right.
It's so for you to look good, to look better, to build confidence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And most people, they forgot about those kind of stuff.
That's right.
They just want to get profit. It's like, dude, you need to become one first.
That's right.
You want to have a 500 profit, then be a 500 person and have a 500 mindset.
That's correct. Yeah.
So those are the finances, and of course, delaying gratification, stuff like that. The things that you want to put down. Make sure you break it down. Live below your means first.
Yep.
Because income is something that is just hard to control. But your expenses is something that you can control.
That's correct.
That, like eating out, movie out.
Yes.
Those kind of stuff. Those are the things that you can lessen. So you can create a little bit more profit margin. For your overhead at home, right? And those kind of stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah, I remember, like every time I would purchase something bigger, I'm like, is this going to make me money or not make me money?
Yeah.
And then if it's a toss, I remember, I think I better call Don.
But for you, right now, for sure you evolved, from back then and now. What was your mindset about money?
So for me, a mindset on is what you've taught me, right? Is it gonna make you money, or is it gonna, just fulfill your itch?
Right. It's a liability or an asset, right?
Yes. And then if I have, if I'm having second doubts, I'm gonna get someone else's brain
Right.
because my emotion is kicking in.
Yes.
I can't trust my emotion,
Yes.
right? And finances are all emotion.
Yes.
People don't get that,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
They all have like this. Oh, let's gonna go to, who's that guy that teaches us for like we learn from for finances? Dave Ramsey,
Dave Ramsey.
right? Which is great, right?
Yeah.
Dave Ramsey strategies, but if you don't have the emotion check, right?
Right.
And the only way you can lie to I can lie to myself any day, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a good purchase. Oh, that's for business. You know what I'm saying, right?
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off. That's correct. It's for business. I want a new car, 6,000 pounds. It's a write-off anyway, right?
Yeah.
But now my emotions kicking in, and then I'm justifying it.
Yeah.
So that's when I need to ask, hey Don, what do you think?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not asking for permission. I'm asking for perspective. Right? And that's the reason why we're able to be financially secure, is because of that concept and that strategy.
Yeah.
Right? And I stick to that. And whenever me and my wife having like a toss about should we not, that's what I do. Like call Eileen, said, or call Don, right?
Yeah.
I remember one time we were at Costco, right? And then she saw the paddleboard.
Yeah.
Right. So she's like, hey, let's go get a paddleboard. We can go out there and meet people, build our business, get our fingers in town, right? And I'm like, in my head, like, where are we gonna put that? Right? Our car is. How are we gonna carry that? Right?
Yeah.
She's like, well, it's a pump, right? So I'm like, you know what? Just ask Don. And she's like, never mind. I knew the answer, right? But sometimes we need outside
perspective. And that's it. And that's in the Bible.
That's right.
You learn from your experience.
Right.
It's good, but learning from other people's experience is much better.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. King Solomon said that.
Yes.
Before
I think it's a proverb. Yeah.
Proverbs. Right? Before going to war, ask a lot of advice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's true, right?
Yeah. So it's good, man. I'm talking about relationship, brother Mike.
Oh yes. Yes.
Having, of course, like having a significant others, right? So, like courting, dating, right? What's your mindset on that? And especially on the environment that we have right now.
Yeah.
Right? Social media.
Yes.
Those kind of stuff.
Yes.
Right?
My mindset is actually what I've learned from you was know the red flags, right? Because if you don't know the red flags, you fall for anything.
Yeah.
Right? And then be convicted on the red flags, right? So for me, if someone's asking me who should I date, first thing I would ask them is, do you have the same values?
Yeah.
Right? Do they have the same values on raising kids?
Yes.
On your faith?
Yes.
Right? On how to handle money?
Yes.
How to handle kids?
Yes.
Future kids,
Yes.
right? How to handle parents?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because
Parenting,
very important, because if they're mama's boy,
yeah.
right, or daddy's girl,
Yeah.
like that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Right? And the last one would be check their social media.
Oh.
That's right.
Wow. Do you have a social media?
Yeah, check it. Because if they are all selfie,
yes.
and then
you're competing on that.
Yes,
You'll be competing on that.
That's correct. So her value just says who she is.
Yeah.
So her value assessment is based on likes and other people's attention.
Yeah.
And that is dangerous.
Yeah.
Same with guys. So if you're seeing a guy that's like
play
cute,
video games.
Oh yes. And then and also like very guys that takes too much selfies,
Oh shoot.
right? Like it's all about attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they trying to advertise
Yeah.
themselves? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So those are the things, because if their value is based and attached to other people's
Likes.
likes,
Yes.
is very dangerous.
Yes.
Because now you know that they can fall for anything,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
right?
It's just hard to. Um, it's just a different realm, different. You know, versus.
Yeah,
You know.
versus, that's correct.
You know.
Yeah.
And the values is not intact. The
Intact.
values is not aligned.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And you guys will be just like fighting all the time. I mean, hey, you know what? Relationship, you always fight
right.
anyways. But the
right.
thing is, if you guys just have that different values, different goal, it's just hard to have someone in the same roof,
That's right.
you know, and pretending you love each other.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. That's true, right?
You know.
Yeah, and it's I've heard this from a podcast. He said that guys marry for sex and girls marry for security,
Yes.
right? So that's why the reason females leave a guy is because she sees her man playing video games and doing nothing,
Yes.
right? And then the guy would leave a girl because he's not getting sex.
Okay.
Or actually, and I disagree. I disagree.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Disagree. Because for me, it's like, and that's why a lot of men resort to something else, like
Yeah.
pornography,
Yeah.
and they would not leave because either they're going to lose money, right? Because when they get divorced, the man usually would pay, or they would lose their kids, right?
Right.
So I think what men would really leave for is a combative wife,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like he comes home and he's just combat,
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
and, yeah.
And I think that's when it's like he would draw the line,
Yeah.
right? But for a girl, that's when if she's a breadwinner and he ain't doing jack, right? Which blows my mind because I see these people on social media, couples social media, married for a while, right? They have kids, and the guy is stay at home, works out, and then she works all day,
Yeah.
and then he's the one posting social media
No
muscles.
way.
It's like it's just a matter of time
Dang.
that she's gonna find an alpha,
Yeah.
and then she's gonna, next thing you know, leave your ass. You know,
Dang.
yeah, it's insane, bro.
That's crazy because it's just hard to, you know, and you know, wife or husband will be competing on that.
Yeah.
You know, and gosh, man, our excuses mostly wins.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when the divorce and stuff like that happens all the time. It's just crazy. You know, I don't think that you know, the guy just wants sex.
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so too.
Gosh, you married a person. I'm not saying not, you know, without sex is fine too.
Yeah.
No,
that's correct. Yeah.
So just so you know, but you know, everyone gets old.
Yes, correct.
You
That's
know,
correct. Yeah.
the more that you get old, the more less sex you do.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
You know
That's
what I mean?
right. Yeah.
Right.
And you know, it's higher. You have a higher value system.
Right.
You have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think higher goal.
Right. And eventually we need to know that.
Yeah.
So once you're getting old, then you're gonna find someone that's younger.
Yeah.
You know
Not,
what I mean? Is that the plan? Then why, you know?
Yeah. Why
you
marry?
know, why marry?
Yeah, that's right.
In my opinion.
Yep.
Right. So in my opinion, you marry the person because you want to spend the rest of your life with that person.
That's right.
You value that person, and yeah, you know, you love her, you love him.
Yep. I agree. I think this is just my own perspective. A high value man, marries for someone to help them achieve both of their highest potential. Because in the Bible, if I'm going back in the basic, right? In the Bible, the first couple was Adam and Eve.
Right.
And then it's crazy how Adam was not looking for Eve.
Okay.
Because Eve was not even there,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when God created
Yeah, yeah.
Adam, there's no
Adam,
Eve,
no Eve.
right?
Yeah.
But God saw that Adam needed someone,
Yes.
right? So God had Adam go to sleep, took out a rib
Yes. Yes.
from him,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then the first surgical operation God ever made, right?
Yeah.
And then created Eve.
Yes.
And then the Bible says God gave or took Eve to Adam,
Yeah.
right? And then he said, "This is your helper,"
Yeah.
right? Not someone above you, not someone below you.
Yes.
It's actually, that's why it's from the rib,
Yes.
comes from close to your heart,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, to protect you,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, and then people will be like, guys should protect girls. It's true, physically,
Yeah.
right? But emotionally and spiritually, girls
Corrects
protect
us.
guys. What was that?
Corrects us.
Yes, corrects us. That's correct. Backs us up,
Yes.
right? So as far as that's one of the things I really attracted me to Cassandra,
Yeah.
because when I met her, I was actually talking to 5 different women, different ages,
Uh-huh.
right? And then she was the youngest, right? And I usually would ask all of them, like, what is your goal in life?
Oh, wow.
And I tell them what mine is.
Uh-huh.
And I
Uh-huh.
tell them mine is to change the world. I want to make an impact.
Uh-huh.
And all of them would be like, that's cool. Mine is this, right? And then Cassandra was the only one that said, I want to do that. That's how I knew.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how I knew.
See, for me, I didn't have a question. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
I
It's
think
really
you're
tough.
like, wow, she's hot.
But one thing that I've learned that we get a wife,
Mhm.
right? We love our wife,
right.
not for us to be, not just love them,
Yeah.
but to make us better.
That's correct. Yeah.
Better our relationship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I feel really bad to the men
Mhm.
that they have a wife that's not for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they say, I've read that in Think and Grow Rich, a man's wife can either make you or break you.
That's correct. Yep.
So it's just tough, man, and I feel them, and
Yeah.
yeah, they can do whatever they want,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's tough. And then of course, in vice versa as
Yeah.
well,
That's right.
like a man that's not pursuing goals and dreams,
Yes.
not securing
Yeah.
the relationship.
Correct.
It's just tough, because most of the people right now, they have a relationship through looks,
Yep. That's correct.
through lust,
Yes.
through maybe social media and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Right.
They make it a game.
Yes.
They
They
make it a game, and I feel, the society that we're living in, the young people that we're breeding, it's like it's just tough. It's
Scary.
Just tough. It's very, very, very scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think that's why it's important to actually do this, right?
Yeah.
Because somehow, some way, we can help,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And yes, there's a lot of content out there, which is true, right? But at the same time, our voice can impact other people.
Yes. And we can give a perspective.
That's right.
The last decision will be, their decision.
That's correct.
But if we can give them a perspective, so they can put their relationship to the next level,
Yeah.
their finances to the next level.
Right.
You know what I mean? Their personal development to the next level.
That's right.
Their health at the next level.
That's correct. We've done our job.
Right. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Yeah. Doesn't need to be, an extravagant
Yeah.
life. It's
No.
like, hey, why don't we just put it on the next level?
Right.
Let's have a realistic goal.
That's right.
And that's what it is. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
That's why
You're
we're here.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
And I like it when you told me about to create, when you wrote our tagline, helping men lead themselves,
Yeah.
so they can lead others.
Yes.
Right.
That's it.
So that's really what we're doing, because we are learning how to lead ourselves.
Yes.
Right.
We're not perfect.
We're not perfect, right?
Right.
Because we're human.
Yes, we're human.
Right, human. So and that's
But
good.
we're better.
That's correct. That's right. That's right.
But we're
That's
better.
right. I tell people this: I am not better than you. I just make better decisions.
Yes. Yes.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
And and then people will be like, "You think you're better than me?" No, bro.
Yeah.
So
We're not better from other people. We're just better for ourselves.
That's correct.
From our past.
That's right.
That's what it is.
And I think to be better is just making better decisions.
Yes. That's it.
That's all it is, right?
Yeah. Right. This is the small decisions every single day over time.
That's right.
Will make
The difference.
better success.
Better success, better life.
Better life is
right. Because I mean, I tell this to couples: if you're not fighting, there's something wrong with you. Right? Right? I'll be scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you even talk? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? You know?
What are you talking about?
That's
You
correct.
guys are watching too much.
Yeah, that's correct. Something, right?
Yeah.
You're just watching TV, probably. You
Yeah.
know? But yeah, you will collide.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because iron sharpens iron, right?
Yes.
So, and how you fight I think is the key.
Yes.
Right? And not putting each other down, right?
Yes. How you overcome.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And that. So how do you help a new couple? Right. So last thing, right? So how would you help a new couple that just can't get it together? They just bang heads all the time, like very sensitive, right? Both of them. Right. Like, you're disrespecting me, and she's like, well, you're not paying attention to me, you know what I'm saying? And then it's all like blame.
Right. Gosh, that's a really great question. First off, I want to ask them, what's your guys' goal in your relationship?
Nice.
Right? If their goal is just like, dude, I will not, it's just hard to help that answer.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if their goal is like, okay, I will do everything, right, for our relationship to be better, then they're willing to change.
Nice.
Right? Now, it's not, they're acting not because of their feeling, but they're acting because of the relationship to be better.
That's good.
So we can start with that, because I can go, to a lot of answer, but because there's missing with the husband, there's missing with the wife as well, right? I highly recommend them to have an entrepreneurship mindset, building something together.
Nice.
I would recommend that, because they say that if you are an employee, you are more likely to be divorced.
That's right.
So your percentage for you to be divorced is very, very high.
Wow.
But an entrepreneur together, you know what I mean, will lessen that, that percentage.
Wow.
So I highly recommend them that for them to be in entrepreneur. But of course, there's gonna be excuses. Oh, I don't have time. Then they're acting with their emotions again. Then they're not, they're not putting the relationship in front. So
they're not willing to change.
They're not willing to change. They're okay separated.
It's funny that you said that. That's really good point. Is a lot of people, and I see this, I wouldn't say a lot, but majority of the time, right? I see this when people are like, I want to change, I want to do this. So you give them, I want to change, I want to have a better life, I want to have a better mindset. And then you give them a plan, and they always give you an excuse.
Yes.
Right? It's like they want things to change,
but they don't want to change.
It's like, it's not gonna work. It's like you want to go to Vegas, but you don't want to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Or you want to go to Seattle, but you don't want to go to Seattle. You just want to stay in your house.
Yeah.
Seattle is not moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to walk or take a train or car or fly,
Yeah, those people that you need to charge per hour.
That's correct.
To make money.
That's right. I think when you charge them, then they listen more, I guess.
In my opinion,
maybe,
Yeah, because or else they're wasting their money.
That's correct. But a lot of personal trainer would tell you the same thing, like, just people paying me to do nothing.
Yeah.
Because they feel like after they pay a personal trainer, things gonna change, but it's not.
It's not. It's about them the daily routine, go
Yeah.
back on the daily routine, personal development. If they're not going for the long haul,
Yep.
it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. If they want to get rich quick, a get rich or relationship, you know, six-pack abs fast, it's just not gonna work.
Wow.
You know, they have to do it long haul. You know, yeah, you can get six-pack abs and stuff like that if you're competing, you know, shorter. But if you want to sustain it,
Yeah.
then long term.
Long term. Yeah.
You know, so those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
Nice. And you're right. It's all about the long term. I see this. This is funny. There's this a few young buck in the gym, you know, and they would say, "Hey man, you know, like I'll be fitter than you in about a month." You know, and actually, you know, some of them, like I'll get fit like you in 3 months. You know, and I'm like, that's cool. You probably can, right? But when tell me when you're like 20 years later, right? When you're 30 or when you're 35, then we'll see.
Yes.
Because getting fit is great, but next thing you know, you're gonna have to have a job. You're gonna get married, and you know your life is gonna hit you. Whoever can, like what you said, long haul. Whoever can do that is what matters. That's
Yeah.
what I have respect for. That's why
Yeah.
whenever I see a 60-year-old guy or a girl that's fit,
Oh, dude, that's my goal.
yeah, right? It's
That's
like,
my goal.
wow, how did you stay?
Yeah.
Right? Because a
Yeah.
lot of people can go, boom, yeah, I'm big, and
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
right? And we know there's people in high school that are fit,
Yeah.
right? Now they're
Now-
just now,
Seriously, dude.
right?
Seriously, like I was not like fit in
High school.
I'm skinny,
Yeah,
You
me
know?
too.
but I see those people that's like, you know, taller than me,
Yep.
smarter than me,
Mhm.
good looking than me.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw them now. I was like, what just happened?
That's correct. Yeah, that's right.
You know,
Yeah.
and it was just crazy. The decision that we are doing every
Yes.
single day
Yep.
creates our future.
Correct. See, yeah.
You
Truth.
know what I mean?
Truth.
And they're just making bad decisions.
Yeah.
You know, bad decisions. So
Yeah, it would be funny if you and I go to our class reunion. You know, be like, damn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, are you a vampire?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. But that's it. That's
Cool, brother.
you know.
Appreciate you.
So
Yeah.
it's a great day, great Monday.
Yeah, and then we have church to go to.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
church to go to.
We
So,
gotta get
yeah.
going.
All right.
Love
See
you,
man.
brother.
Love you.